In a weird way, I always feel close. I'm always confident that I'm there. Last week, especially on Sunday, was very nice.
What is happening right now with Jon Rahm, the Spanish hero who helped lead Europe to victory in the Ryder Cup, has the entire golf world in its grip. Just months after the euphoria at Bethpage, where he fought for European pride, Rahm is now on the brink of being permanently excluded from that very same tournament. The reason is a $1.3 million standoff that he refuses to settle a decision that puts both his legacy and his future in the Ryder Cup at risk. If you want the untold stories and behind-the-scenes drama from the world of golf, make sure you subscribe. The relationship between Jon Rahm and the DP World Tour is at breaking point, and the conflict runs much deeper than money alone. After his move to the Saudi-funded LIV Golf, a decision that already divided the sport, Rahm has drawn a line in the sand. He is refusing to pay the fines imposed by the DP World Tour for participating in competing events without permission. This is not just an administrative dispute, it is a fight over principles, power, and the future of professional golf. While the DP World Tour insists on enforcing its rules, Rahm refuses to back down, and the consequences could be seismic. His place on the European team, an honor he has defended with so much passion, hangs by a thread, and the clock is ticking. Tensions began to rise when Rahm, alongside other European stars such as Tyrrell Hatton, made the jump to LIV Golf. The DP World Tour, which has a long-standing strategic alliance with the PGA Tour, responded by imposing sanctions. According to the tour's rules, members must request permission to participate in events that conflict with its own schedule. LIV golf events clearly fell into that category. The fines piled up quickly, reportedly to about $127,000 per tournament played. Many players opted to pay the fines or resign their membership to avoid confrontation. But Rahm and Hatton chose a different path. They appealed the sanctions, a legal move that temporarily froze their suspensions and allowed them to play in the 2025 Ryder Cup at Bethpage, New York. There, they played crucial roles in Team Europe's victory, a triumph that reignited the transatlantic rivalry. But that victory was only a temporary ceasefire in a much larger conflict. The appeals process only delayed the consequences, and now that the Ryder Cup is over, the bill is due. The situation became even more complicated when the DP World Tour flat out rejected an offer from LIV Golf to pay the players' fines collectively. This was a clear signal that the tour's stance wasn't just about money. It was about upholding the rules and enforcing accountability. The DP World Tour wanted to set a precedent. Defecting to a rival tour without consequences is unacceptable. Former PGA Tour player Smiley Kaufman captured the frustration felt by many on his podcast, The Smiley Show. He said, "There are rules. If you're a member of this tour, you can't just join a rival tour." His words reflect the deep divisions caused by live golf rifts that have split families, friendships, and now threaten to tear the Ryder Cup apart. The atmosphere is charged, and both sides are digging in. For the DP World Tour, it's a matter of survival and staying relevant in a rapidly changing landscape. For Rahm, it's a matter of freedom and self-worth. And then, amid the escalating battle, came the revelation that defined the standoff. Asked about the mounting fines and the looming consequences, Jon Rahm responded with a disarmingly casual remark that exposed the core of his attitude. With a smile, he said, "I completely forgot about it, which is a good thing." This comment, seemingly lighthearted, was actually a powerful statement. It showed that the fines did not intimidate him mentally. He had already moved on. It wasn't forgetfulness. It was a deliberate choice to ignore the DP World Tour's pressure. This revelation, combined with the news that the tour rejected Liv's settlement offer, made it clear that there was no simple way out. The lines had been drawn. The DP World Tour demanded that Rahm personally pay his fines to maintain his membership and Ryder Cup eligibility. Rahm's reaction made it clear he had no intention of bowing to pressure. The confrontation had become inevitable, and the stakes were higher than ever. The future of one of Europe's biggest golf icons in the world's most prestigious team event. The analysis of this situation reveals a complex web of pride, politics, and the changing economics of sport. Rahm's refusal to pay is not merely a financial decision, it is a symbolic act of defiance. By joining LIV Golf on a contract reportedly worth hundreds of millions, he has gained a level of financial independence previously unimaginable. From his perspective, the DP World Tour's fines are trivial, but the principle of being forced to pay a tour he sees as restrictive is unacceptable. He views himself as an independent contractor with the right to monetize his talent wherever he chooses. This clashes directly with the traditional membership model of the PGA and DP World Tours, which demand loyalty and exclusivity in exchange for a competitive platform. The DP World Tour's refusal to accept money from LIV reinforces their stance. This is not about money, but about control. They are trying to stem the flow of players to LIV and preserve their own value and authority. The implications for the Ryder Cup are enormous. If Rahm loses his membership, he is under current rules ineligible for the 2027 Ryder Cup in Adare Manor, Ireland. This would be a massive blow to Team Europe. Rahm is not just another player, he is a leader, an emotional engine, and a points machine. His partnership with Tyrrell Hatton was one of the highlights in Rome, and his passion for the event is unmatched. A Ryder Cup without Rahm would not only weaken Europe competitively, but also damage the credibility and prestige of the event itself. It raises the question, is the Ryder Cup still a battle between the best players in Europe and the United States, if some of the best players are sidelined due to tour politics? Fans, sponsors, and organizers are being forced to confront what matters more: tour tradition or the quality of competition. The pressure on the DP World Tour to find a solution will grow as 2027 approaches, but for now, they are standing firm. As the storm swirls around him, Rahm has decided to take a step back. He announced that he will take a 4-month break from the DP World Tour after a season that, despite 12 top 10 finishes, was disappointing by his standards, as it marked the first time since 2016 that he did not win a single individual title. His next scheduled appearance is the 2026 LIV Golf Season Opener in Riyadh. This break could be seen as a period of reflection, but also as a strategic move. It gives tensions time to cool, but also increases pressure on the DP World Tour, which will have to do without one of its biggest stars for an extended period. The question hanging over the golf world is, who will blink first? Will Rahm ultimately decide that his Ryder Cup legacy is worth the fines? Or will the DP World Tour, under pressure from players, fans, and sponsors, adjust its rules and reach a compromise? The future of the Ryder Cup and Jon Rahm's career hang in the balance. Now that the dust has settled from the 2025 Ryder Cup, the golf world looks ahead, and Rahm's future is more uncertain than ever. The decision he makes will not only shape his career, but could also